Hey, this is Jesse Honiberg with Crossover Bank. First of all, I want to thank Finovate for asking us to be a part of it. And I'm going to do my best to try to tell you a little bit about the Cross River story and a little bit about what we do and how we try to help people. So I've been at Cross River for about a year and a half. And over that year and a half, I've seen us help countless fintechs really take ideas that are designed to democratize access to financial services, to enable great stories, and really fundamentally try to change the way that money moves throughout the ecosystem. I'd say the biggest success that I had in the year and a half that we've been here is the work that we did on the PPP program. It really embodies who Cross River is and how we seek to help clients and really enable fintech partnerships. So when the CARES Act was passed in late March of 2020, we really rallied to the call. And we really looked at this as a chance for us to leverage all of the great investments that we've made, as well as all of the partnerships that we've established to do the right thing for struggling small businesses in the US. So over the course of a couple of weeks, literally we had, I think, 6 major releases in about 4 weeks. We went from talking about doing a lot to help small businesses to doing a lot to help small businesses. And it wasn't Cross River by itself. It was Cross River plus names like Intuit, Bluevine, Cabbage, who came together. Cross River provided a lot of the back end. It provided a bunch of front end for its own clients and for some partners. But it was really taking the great collaboration that underscores the Cross River story and figuring out how to apply it at a much larger scale. And you know, the tale of the tape is ultimately what tells the story. And by the time the program ended on August 8th, 2020, Cross River was the 3rd largest originator in the US by units, just ahead of Wells Fargo. And so the only 2 banks that did more PPP loans than Cross River was Bank of America and Chase. And on one hand, that's great. I mean, we fulfilled our mission. We worked with great fintech partners to figure out how to do it. But on the other hand, it represents the opportunity in what partnerships that underscore the foundation of Cross River can do when given the right opportunity and scope. It wasn't a super regional that stepped up. It wasn't a regional that stepped up. It was a scrappy bank in Fort Lee, New Jersey, who understood how technology can fundamentally change and alter the capacity and scale that you can do things. And what really matters, and candidly, the part of this that is the most fulfilling for me personally, are some of the stories that we got. We were the bank who was able to enable people who couldn't get a call back from their local bank to get access to funds to keep people employed. We enabled people like Bluevine and people like Cabbage and Intuit to get their program started quickly, and then figure out how to scale them. And more importantly, and most importantly, we helped get over 1 million Americans back to work. That there's lots of things that we can look at and say, well, we could have done better. There's lots of things that I think everybody can look at and say, well, we wish we had more time, more resources, more of a lot of things. But the one thing that I wish that we had more of was banks who thought the way that we did and knew that the only way that we could fulfill our mandate, which is providing and underscoring the trust and security of the banking system and showing what it could do when you think about collaboration as a core competency, and how we were able to reach out and help so many borrowers. I want to thank Finovate for asking us, to give a little story, but more importantly, I want to thank all the people at Finovate, and all the banks, and candidly, more importantly, the fintechs that are participating, or the people with great ideas who are looking to do the next great thing. Because what we've shown is that it doesn't need to be perfect. and probably it's perfect in its imperfection. But what we can accomplish when we put our minds to it, we have, you know, 1 million Americans' jobs on the lines, if not, you know, I wish we could have done even more, is that the collaboration between banks and fintechs and technology providers and the SBA and all these entities can actually work, and that we can do really amazing things the more that we work together, and the more that we understand that we're part of the next generation of what financial services is. So thank you, and I'll talk to you soon.